The thirst is real.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Thirsty Boys. I am Linda Lovelace.
Don't know who that is, but I am country star Morgan Wallen. You don't know who that is, I'm sure.
I don't know who that is either. Do you know Morgan? Like, do you name one Morgan Wallace song?
Well, shout out to my sister who loves country music.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure she loves Morgan Wallen. That's all I know. I'm getting affirmation that she does love Morgan Wallen.
And do we know a song?
Going with the trucks to the cowboy in the back seat of the car, and I'm gonna give a drink and a beer and a bong.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that.
I actually just made that up myself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I composed that.
You could have convinced me.
I think I could have.
Okay, but there's drama with this man.
Well, is there? I mean, I'll show you the clip. I don't have it ready, so here, look at the clip. Basically, it's SNL. It's the end of SNL. You know, it's celebratory. You're the celebrity. You're the singer. You're ending the episode. You're cheering, and they have the credit cut part.
Right.
And he just storms off the stage. He storms off the stage. He goes just right past the camera. Does he look angry? No. But why isn't he standing there for the closing shot? And then on his Instagram story, he says, "Heading to God's country, going to God's country." Looking for God's country. What is God's country? Does anyone know?
I feel like God's country is somewhere in America.
That's what I thought, but then he was in America because SNL tapes in America.
Well, maybe he's going to the Bible Belt.
Like
God's
God's
in New York.
Oh, like God's country specifically in America.
Yeah, because he's going home and he lives in God's country. He's a man of God.
Well, anyways, lots of speculations. Let us know. Do you think Morgan Wallen was pissed or was he just going to the bathroom?
Right.
Maybe he was going to the bathroom.
Well, have you seen Tate McRae's sports car SNL performance? I just keep watching it.
You know I haven't.
Oh my God, the choreography is so good. And then I want you to hear her she does a stripped version of my favorite Tate McRae
Like
song.
raw, like a cappella.
No, like just like acoustic.
Acoustic, but live vocals?
Live vocals.
Okay, well, we have lots to watch after this podcast,
Right.
apparently. Okay, well, tell me about poppers.
Well, okay, so is this a crackdown on health or is this an attack on gays? Poppers. Okay, so the New York Times wrote this really good article. Essentially, is poppers basically being under attack? So here's the 411. You know, when you go to buy poppers, in Canada, it's illegal. So you have to ask for VCR cleaner, nail polish remover. Like you have to ask in code, right? It's essentially a muscle relaxer to like help in like party and sex for the gays. Basically Double Scorpio, which is a brand of poppers, their headquarters was raided. And
In America.
In America. And this is under essentially, you know, the new people in charge. Not saying names.
Not
but
saying names.
It's really like, are they coming for the gays? Are they coming for something that is so iconic? Like brands, gay influencers, Nasty Pig. It's a part of like gay culture, right?
Okay, I have so much thoughts.
Okay, walk me through it.
Okay, I'm of two minds.
Okay.
The first mind is very dystopian and scary and dark, which is like, I think in a lot of like history books, in governments, in folklore, like we kind of talk about this thing where you kind of like baby step your way to like remove rights.
Yeah.
So obviously the attack on trans people in the US, that was like strike one.
Right.
It's like, let's eliminate their identity. Let's remove anything about them. And now it's like, is this what we would call step two? Like now that we have trans people under attack, do we start to go to other minorities? I mean, we already know immigration. Maybe that was step two.
Right.
Keeping people out of America, kicking people out of America. Is the gay minority next?
Well, yeah. I mean, I feel like this is, I don't know. One can argue it's a gay attack, but it's been illegal in Canada for how long? And one thing about the fucking gays is they're fucking nifty, resourceful. There's going to be an underground popper exchange. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that was what I was going to say about my other mind is like, I don't do poppers. So like, I've heard people like, they do some poppers in the club and then they have like a nose burn.
Yeah.
So like clearly that's not the most safe thing we should be consuming, and dizziness and headaches. And so on the other hand, if I'm being less dystopian, like is it just a dangerous product? I don't know. I feel like I'm going to get gay attacked now.
I got to order in bulk. I'm going to go overseas.
I have one in my freezer. I think it was from you, girl.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I gave out poppers for Pride gifts last year.
That was very sweet of you. It's still in my freezer.
Okay. Well, I'm going to come grab it right after this.
Yeah, it's all yours.
Okay. moving on to other topics.
It's a mixed bag today. You know, we're going into country music and then poppers, and now we've been doing these kind of core questions about gay couples, gay life, live your life. And today we're going to talk about location sharing. Location sharing with your partner.
Yeah.
Is it a must or a must not?
So I have done it both ways. I've done relationships where the relationship, you know, that was establishing trust is location sharing. And then I've done it without, because like you should just trust your partner wherever they are. You know what I mean? I feel freer like without my location. I don't want to have to answer to anybody.
Okay.
But I also feel like I'm in a relationship that has like trust with where I'm at.
Okay.
And also, just because you share a location, in my previous relationship where locations were shared, there were apps that bopped you somewhere that you weren't. So it's like, I don't trust anything on the phone.
It's a game within a game.
Yeah.
I'm a must not.
Okay.
And I'm also a must not for password sharing. And it's not because I have anything to hide. It's because I believe that a strong relationship does have to have a foundation of trust. And when you get into the land of password sharing and location sharing, I don't think it's now a foundation of trust. I think it's like a manipulation of trust.
Okay.
Like it is like, well, there's trust because you know where I am.
Right.
There's trust because you can look into my messages.
Right.
But like, did we build that trust or like, and then I think it's like, it can get a little bit, I think it's like shady ground.
Right. And it's like a game within the game. It's like, you can have my password, but I can delete. I have alternate emails.
Yeah.
It's just like to the core of trust. And like my motto is like, if you're going to look for something because you feel something or you want to like, I don't know, come for your partner, you will always find it.
Exactly. I think I have like another sub question to this. So I want to talk a little bit about like insecurities. Okay. So you're my boyfriend.
Okay.
And you are hanging out with your male gay friend. Okay. And you're just friends. And I have no reason to doubt you. Okay. But I'm feeling insecure and I'm doubting what you're doing. Okay. Yeah. And you come home and like, I share with you, like, I feel like you might have had sex with him. I feel you might have hooked up. I feel all these things.
Right.
Do you think it's the right approach to like validate by saying like, I would never do that. I love you so much. Like, or is it the right approach to be like, this is a toxic thought that comes from nowhere. Let's kill it. Like, do you feed the beast or do you like deprive the beast of any energy?
I guess obviously it's situational, but just at the core, it's like within the parameters of like, no, like if something did happen, we're in an open relationship, let's say, if something did happen, I would tell you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But what would you say in the moment if I was like, if you, like, we both know logically you did nothing, but I just have these demons inside me. Like, do you reassure or do you like just...
The reassuring is tough because it's like, who knows? What if me and homie go and have 18 Jaeger bomb shots and then I have reassured you nothing's happening, then something does happen, that dials back trust. So it's more so confirming, no, nothing happened, but let's say it did, this is how it would roll out.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I think it's just been an interesting... it's interesting to examine that when people have an insecurity, it's not like they want to treat it in a different way.
Right.
Like I feel like I want to treat my insecurities by like killing them, by like being like, this is something you think, but you know it's like a toxic thought. So I want to like lock it up.
Right.
But I don't know. Just interesting discussion.
But don't you feel like you're brushing it under the, like, you're like...
I see what you're saying. Are you brushing it under the rug by throwing it away?
Yeah.
I think I'm just at the point where if... like, because my ex like did cheat on me like one time and it was out of like rage and like it was a very bad experience. I now want to overcome that experience by telling myself like that was a different person. That was a different time.
Right.
Now, when I think these things, it's like a learned behavior that I'm trying to like unlearn.
Right.
So I don't think it's putting it under a rug. I think it's like telling the feeling like this is just not valid. It's not rooted in logic. So I don't know. I feel like there's a distinction, but call me out if there's not.
No, it's a reprogramming based on something that happened in your past that was real, and you just have to reprogram your thought process.
Yeah, I would encourage people to try to reprogram. That's like my tip of the day. Is like if you've gone through something, like it doesn't mean that feeling that way is right or normal.
Right.
Like it's not. So try to reprogram.
Yeah.
Tip of the day. So
okay.
White Lotus.
Jesus.
I have no transition lines today.
Well,
my
I
God.
mean, we're thoughting and bopping all over the
I
paper.
know, I feel it. I'm a little bit manic today. Okay, well, White Lotus, whether you're caught up or not, I do have some sort of core questions about the season, okay? The first core question is sort of solving this mystery. Who dies? Like, we know someone dies because it's in the opening scene. Who dies and who killed them? What is your prediction at this point?
I think that it's going to be one of the security guards, like somebody not important is going to, like that body floating, I think
Someone
is
unimportant?
Yeah. And then I heard a theory. I wish I could credit it. Do you want to hear the theory?
I'm open to a theory. Yeah. Thank you for asking.
That the gunshots are to warn of a tsunami coming. And that is a warning that happens, I guess, in places, is like they fire guns. And that body is a security guard. That's my theory.
Wow.
And then, I mean, do you want to talk about the robber?
What about the robber?
Like, who do you think the robber is?
Oh, but see, now we're getting into like, if you're an episode behind.
Oh, do we find out who the robber is?
Yeah. Well, we can say it because it's not,
Yeah,
not
I don't
spoiling the
care.
world.
Who
You're
is
caught up. Everyone in the studio's caught
just
up.
Tell me.
It was, well, do you want to say your theory first? Or do you want me to tell you first?
I think it's Lisa from Blackpink.
No, it is the 3 Russian mobsters.
Okay. Well, that's not.
A little predictable.
Yeah, right. That's not a twist.
Okay, well, I think that, I don't want to say it, but I think the little brother is dying.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you know what I think?
No.
I think that the mom is the one that sold the husband under the bus.
Oh my God. That is crazy.
Yeah, she called the police on
I
him.
love that.
Yep.
You just ignored my theory about the little boy dying, though, but that's
I don't
fine.
think anyone in that family's dying.
Oh, you think, okay, so you just think I'm wrong.
Right.
I think the killer is the older brother.
No. I do think it might have been the older brother or the mom that sold out the dad. Somebody did to protect the rest of the
I'm
family.
excited. I just feel like they have to fit so much into one more episode. Like, how are they going to?
There's only one more?
Well, you have 2 more. But some would say not much happened in the episode you missed. So,
Jesus. Okay, wow, we didn't know it was wrapping up so quick.
next question though. If you had to pick to be friends with one of the 3 white girls, who would you pick? White women, I apologize. If you could be friends with one of the 3 white women, who would you pick?
Well, you know, as a man of God,
Oh Lord.
you know me and the blonde Bob. We're thoughting and bopping,
So
and we
she's
are
your number
crazy.
1.
I'm obsessed with her.
Okay.
And you know that she based her character as Lucy off of Summer Housewives, so maybe that's what the kindred spirit
Okay.
is.
I think I would have guessed that. Mine is very clear and very obvious.
the main one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The actress.
Yeah.
By far. I think that I don't know. I think she's just the most like, I think she's the most real. Like, she's cheating on her partner, which is maybe not, well, that's real too.
But I feel like blonde Bob is the most real. She's they just don't like what she's real about.
No, I think she flip-flops between them in a very
within their 3.
Yeah,
I meant like
within
in
their
her
3,
BA.
I think she flip-flops, and I think that's like very disingenuous.
Right.
But I think actress girl is more honest. And then I think her name's Lori. I think Lori is so negative and pessimistic.
Right.
And you missed. Can I give you like a little spoiler line? Okay, the spoiler line was basically the actress shouting at Lori and being like, you think your life is bad luck? Like, you think you're this way because of like bad circumstances? No, it's not. Like, you make this life for yourself. Like, you're disappointed in your life because you've chosen disappointing paths.
Right.
I loved that line.
But like, aren't they bullying her because she had a child young?
I mean, I don't know if they're bullying. They're basically saying she's a victim of her own circumstance.
Yeah, okay. But like, yeah, I hate people that just play victim to the circumstances of life, because it is kind of like a combo of like, you could be dealt a card, but like, how are you going to play it?
That's fair. Maybe I'm too I respect that. I respect that. Who would you be friends with on White Lotus?
That was kind of fun.
That was fun, but now we're on to Drag Race.
I'm over it.
Oh, the season, the episode.
All of it. Because like,
I'm not over it.
We're going to jump to the end.
Sure.
Why was that a double Shantae?
Are you kidding me?
You thought that was a double Shantae?
I said 10 minutes into the episode to Jock, no one's going home. And he's like, are you sure? No one's going home. Then you know who else said it during the episode? Jewel Sparkles. She summoned and she manifested, no one is going home today. She said it early on in the episode or in Untucked. Anyways, Jules knew, Frankie knew, God knew, Rue knew. No one's going home. No one deserves to go home. This is the 5. This is the Power 5. They are so good. All of them can win. I'm going to tell you why in a second.
Okay.
And for that reason, they all deserve another episode, Aneal.
Okay, like one thing I don't like the family makeovers because it's almost like on set. It is such a powerful episode. It's such a beautiful episode. We're getting such like real story and connection to not only the queens, but like their families that it's like rude to send one home.
Well, that's why they didn't.
Well, yeah, but that's how come there should be no family makeovers. You should be making over, you know, the librarians or the fucking truck drivers.
No, that episode, we got so much compelling television.
I don't think we need it.
Well, we're going to jump into, I don't know if you want to rate the family members or you want to say who you would want to be friends. I don't know what the question is, but we're going to talk about these family members.
Well, okay. So I do have a point of like, I know gender is a construct, whatever, but this older demographic, don't you think that the two that were in the bottom were at a disadvantage having their fathers versus their mothers?
No, I don't.
You don't really?
No. The two people in the bottom deserve to be in the bottom of this episode based on drag related things.
Yeah, okay.
They did not go in the bottom because of their dads.
Well, I'm just saying, like, don't you think, like, just let's remove placement. If my dad walked in, it'd be like, "Where's mom?"
The thing is, though, where your point falls hard is the dads were much better than Susie Toot's mom.
Yeah, the dads brought like such fun and flavor and like story.
Well, let's go into it. Which of the 5 people would you want to be? Who would you want to have worked with in this challenge? Was it Jules' father? Was it Susie's mother? Was it Anya's hot dad? Was it Lexi's mom? Or was it Sam's mom?
It was really Lexi's mom.
Lexi's mom was it for you?
Yeah.
Why?
You know what it is? It's that you can see as like a queer person that's struggling, they have to come into their own. They have to like realize things about themselves. The mom has done a lot of realizations and a lot of growth, and to articulate that, take accountability and apologize on a public stage was just very like that was such a moment.
That was powerful, and Lexi was genuinely crying. Like she could feel her love. I agree with you. I like your answer. My answer would be Jules' dad because, oh my God, I think Rue said it best. Like, imagine having your dad go to your first drag show. Like, how many drag queens in the world can say that? I'm sure it's a very small number. And you could just like supportive to a different level. Like, and I just loved that. I had goosebumps. It was so moving for me. So I loved the episode. I loved the families. Susie's mom, though, wow, what a special woman.
Yeah, I would have acted the same way.
You would have?
Well, you know, I'm not tooting the toot.
Did you feel Susie's mom was perhaps on something?
I mean, I think that I have one of 2 theories, okay? She genuinely does not like the glam, the lights, being on set, putting herself forward. And she maybe might be scared of being judged. Like, what if you're in a crew and your friends are like, "One of the fucking drag queens," and then your tap dancing son is a drag queen? You know what I mean? Like, she felt uncomfortable.
Yes.
And I can't articulate why, but it was just like her discomfort was like so uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah,
too.
I need a podcast interview with Susie Toot's mom because I don't want to be quick to judge. I want to understand like what was truly going through her mind because it was the weirdest. It was the weirdest. Like bringing a family member onto the show. It was the most unique one to watch of any franchise I've seen because it was just it was confusing. And again, like putting it at its best, like maybe, yes, as you said, shy.
Right.
Shy, and that manifested in an odd way. But I enjoyed watching it.
Oh my God.
And then, shout out to hot dad who was in jail.
Right.
Then you got sassy mom who was just like living her best life of Sam Star. Like I loved this episode. Yeah,
I mean, listen, it was feel good. It was great, but like we have had such a cutthroat season, and I guess maybe I just wanted cutthroat competition. I thought Susie should have been in the bottom. I thought someone should have went home. Yeah,
the Susie praise, you're the fashion girly, not me, when La Roche said that Susie's outfit was high fashion, me and Jock said it was a costume,
Right.
with duct tape.
It was from the neck down, high fashion. Like if it was on a different head.
I don't know.
The duct tape thing, the best.
But was it really high?
I think
I don't have an eye for this, but I feel like there's a distinction between costume and high fashion. I don't know.
the neck up was costume, and then the neck down was high fashion.
So maybe I couldn't look past it.
The Mickey Mouse duct tape ears that should have been in the bottom, but anyway.
Perhaps. So I mean, another thing I liked about this episode was it really solidified for me that we have a top 5 that represent 5 different reasons to win, 5 different types of drag, 5 different personas. Like I can see like the Big Brother like finale edit where they like the announcer like kind of says each one and their thing. Like for me, it's like we have Jules, the underdog, but in a lot of ways, the fan favorite. The amount of people who comment, I want Jules to win. I want Jules to win. I want Jules to win. The most follower growth of the competition. Like Jules is an underdog who could win this competition.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I would be so happy with that.
It would be great. And have we had a Latina winner before?
Yeah, like Bianca Del Rio technically is like Latin, but like
I thought there was something. I apologize, I didn't do my research on this one. I thought there was something unique about if Jules won, but maybe I'm.
I mean, Bianca Del Rio was like Jules Sparkle wears her Latina flair, I think, a little bit more than Bianca did originally on her season.
Fair enough. Susie Tooch, again, while you don't like her, like has been the epitome of talent. Like the queens think and say over and over and over, she is the most talented. She has the most talent. Lexi says, while I was doing meth, Susie was studying. Like Susie was practicing. So a very traditional winner pick, even though if it's not our winner pick.
Who's next?
Anya Nerve, for me, I mean, we have the classic frontrunner storyline here, the most wins, and I think just the most charisma. Like ultimately, I can't stop watching her. I never want the TV to turn away from her.
Okay. I mean, I don't want Anya to win because I feel like Anya not winning will land her SNL. Does that make sense? You know how like the people that are most successful in the franchise a lot of the times are not the winners.
Because we've talked about this. Anya is not my favorite drag queen. Anya is my favorite contestant on Drag Race.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, she's good at the game.
Yes, but you just nailed it on the head. It's like she should be on SNL. She should be hosting. She should be acting. But is she the best drag queen I've ever seen? No, we both know the answer to that is no.
Yeah.
But Anya, we do love you. Lexi Love, lovable, authentic, and I think probably the look queen with who's left.
Yeah, and I mean, she's just had such fun moments. Like, she brought drama, but like I think you said it 2 episodes ago, she's able to take accountability and speak to the moments when she spirals and is ugly. And I think her being so like, she talked about she literally moved into like a crack den and was peeing in water bottles. Like to be so vulnerable about like her past and where she's been and that she's a fighter, it would be so amazing to watch her win.
It would. And there's a massive parallel for me between her and Carolyn from Survivor in terms of just authenticity.
That's great. That's a great parallel.
And I think that's why people love her so much. Like they love Carolyn. Like it's just it's just authentic to it. Like there is no fakeness in anything that these women do on television. And that's so fun to watch.
Right. And the way Caroline got cut from 50 is the way Lexi will be cut from All Stars if she doesn't win.
I mean, it's not official yet, but I think it's official. That was sad. And then Sam Star, I'm going to call her the traditional winner, the total package. Yeah. She has it all.
Yeah. Traditional winner is a good way of putting it.
So we have 5. They're amazing. I don't know who's going home next. I cannot wait to see who is your winner pick of this crazy good season.
Wait, but who do you really think in your gut right now? The 5 are there. What button are you pushing winner?
Who do I want or who do I think?
Who do you want first? And then who do you think second?
I don't know. Who do I think? I think Anya Nerve.
It's going to win.
Yeah.
And who do you want to win?
Jules Sparkles.
Yeah, okay. I'm at a place where I want Jules Sparkles to win too when it all shakes out.
Jules has like a stranglehold over me from the first time I saw her. Like when I answer, it's like I'm not even answering. Like the goal, it's being
over.
pulled from me. Like Jules she pulled herself out of my mouth.
Right. It's La Leche.
I love her.
Yeah.
And like, please go back to the first episode podcast where I talk about Jules, please.
Yeah, no, you've been hyping her
like
the whole season.
I'm like, the way that I reacted to her in the first episode is like the way I still feel.
Right.
So, and your answer?
Jules now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I do have some interesting stats specifically to Double Shantae's.
Okay.
Because
I love that you're a stats master now.
Well, I don't know why I become obsessed with the stats because it's
stats.
just so interesting.
People love the stats. Give me the stats.
But do Double Shantae's protect a winner? Okay. Because we saw this with Aquaria and Eureka. This is in the actual finale, Double Shantae. Angeria and Willow, Willow wins. Brooke and Evie, Evie wins. Simone and Candy, Simone wins. And what's crazy is that Brooke and Evie, top 2. Simone and Candy, top 2. So are we looking at the top 2?
So wait, just to clarify, the Double Shantae stat is that women or queens in a Double Shantae, like that many have won the series.
Yeah. So is it protecting a winner?
Wait, are there Shantaes where they haven't won?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
but they
just
mostly make it to the end though, these
oh my
Double
God.
Shantaes.
Well, if that is a true, well, it is a true stat, then I think that has cemented my answer about Anya even more.
Yeah.
We now have
that
enough.
Cemented more for Jules.
I think Jules then is going to come second.
You think that's our top 2 though, based on,
Well,
I mean, we see it with
We
this
see
stuff.
it. That is like crazy.
Yeah. What's interesting is that the winner of the Makeover Challenge has only won the season 3 times.
Okay. And who was that?
Bianca Del Rio, Jada Essence Hall, and Simone. And technically, Simone wasn't a traditional Makeover Challenge. Remember, she made over Utica, like they switched personalities.
Oh, yeah. I feel like the Makeover Challenge is always a filler winner and a filler elimination.
Yeah.
But what I mean by that is, and this is maybe more so on other franchises, but I feel like it's the chance for producers to just do what they need to do to set up the finale.
That's true. That's
so in that regard, it would not make sense to me that this was a highly indicative stat for the winner of the competition. Like it shouldn't be, because it's not like Snatch Game should be, the Rusical maybe, but not this challenge. So that tracks.
Yeah, but the Double Shantae, is that our top 2? Jules Sparkles on your nerve.
I love that stat. I do want to quickly go back to something when I had to do the podcast alone one week, and I talked about miscongeniality by myself like a crazy person. And the comments were wild in terms of who fans thought miscongeniality would be. We asked it a while ago. Let's ask it again. Who is miscongeniality going to be?
J-O-E. Don't forget the Ella.
It's so funny. That was what I was going to say.
Shut up. Actually, we are so in sync today.
We
Sisters
are so
in
in
sync.
sync.
I thought you were going to say Hormona Lisa.
Oh, I love Hormona Lisa. I want Hormona Lisa to be miscongeniality, but I don't think the edit is necessarily giving that she was the most loved by the other queens.
Right. I think in a world where Lexi or Anya don't win, maybe Lexi.
Oh, that's fair, because I forget.
I mean?
But then didn't Saphira? No. What is the rule on miscongeniality, Aneal? Can you give me that stat next week?
I don't think you can win and be miscongeniality.
But Saphira was second and got it. That must have been a first.
That was a first.
Yeah.
And then Saphira was the bottom in the Makeover Challenge last year. Is this foreshadowing for On Your Nerve? Just saying.
Oh gosh, yeah. Anya's either getting like the Saphira treatment or she's getting the very traditional winner treatment.
Yeah.
4 wins, Double Shantae, the pattern, remember? The on-off pattern. Like, there's a lot of reasons for Anya to win.
It would just be like it's predictable. Like a Jewel Sparkle win is like gaggery. The gays will be egg.
Well, we do know though that the winner's not determined until the last moment, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So like,
we don't know.
I do think
someone's gonna go home next week. There's no way they're doing a finale with 5.
someone needs to go home. Yes, we can't have 2 double saves. But I do think that the winner has not yet been determined.
Who do you think's going final 5?
Susie Chute.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I want.
I think it's
don't
a
know.
shock factor, and I think it's the edit that she's gotten. Like, I don't think we're being made to like fall in love with her. If they eliminate Jules, oh my God, that shock factor is going to be through the roof.
Really, I think it's either going to be Jules or Lexi.
Oh, you're saying Jules is obvious because of track record.
Well, yeah.
But I'm saying like hearts would be broken.
Oh, of course.
Like
but
the drag
hearts are always
fandom.
broken in the 5. Latrice Royale, like the 5 is kind of that
Also,
spot.
who's the villain?
I mean, from one smelly queen to another.
No, sorry. Is there a villain left?
I mean,
Does the villain always make the final four or no?
No, not
Oh,
really.
okay.
But yeah. Anyway, I just want to know who fucking wins a season.
So bad.
Yeah, I also want to get to that All Stars 10 where they're in tribes and it's Survivor format. Like, I just want to get to the new.
TV is just good right now.
It is that. You're so right. It is good.
TV is good. Like, there's a Hulu show coming out with 10 reality stars and 10 normal people, with Omarosa, with Spencer Pratt.
With Gino from BB Can.
Yes, who's apparently one of the people who hasn't been on reality TV. But anyways, that's a different story for another day. Then Netflix has a new series with their Netflix stars, but it's a competition reality show.
But they're like in a camp.
Oh, that's okay. Oh, I thought it was going to be like The Challenge. Is it not? They're in a camp?
They look like they're in fucking bunk beds and like doing the fucking tug of war.
Point is, now is the time to be a reality star. I'm excited. I see good things in our future.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love it. I cannot catch up on my television because there's too much good television.
That's true. And if all reality television goes to shit, we have the reality of The Handmaid's Tale.
There we are.
Yeah.
And on that note, you can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, at Thirsty. I'm taking your part. At Thirsty Boys. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment. Anything else?
May the Lord be with you. And always remember,
the thirst is real.